Welcome back to the podcast. It's good to be here.
It's great.
The 21st hour. Holmes and Metro, back at it again.
In the morning.
I have to. So, how you been?
I've been great. I've really been diving into Josh and everything that he's been doing, and I'm so excited.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I rewatched the TED Talk again, and I just him with the little ukulele doing all the stuff. Yeah.
No, it's a great TED Talk, and it's a great. Yeah, I like it's short, concise, but it gets the point across, and I'm really excited for it to go forward. So
yeah.
But yeah, just like a recap of what we're doing here, why we're showing up on your feed, of course, because we're blowing up.
We are blowing up.
We are going crazy. No, we are here to acquire new skills in 20 hours. And it's, like I said, it's based off that TED Talk, off the book, The First 20 Hours by Josh Kaufman. And so we're just excited to see after that 20 hours in the 21st hour where we're at, where our competency is, what we've learned, and what we've done. And so we did our last intro video, and now we're ready to actually learn a skill, hop in.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that video and are confused at what we're doing, we'll link below.
Good reference point for what we're doing and where we got the idea. So
yeah. So what we're doing this month of May, is we are diving into chess. We both
our
very first skill. Yeah.
Checkmate, brother.
See what we can actually do with chess. And so people like roommates and others have asked why are you starting with chess? And the first reason is it's one of the most formidable things that one person can learn. You can talk chess with a lot of different people.
For sure.
And there's also I had a roommate one time who he said he was going into computer programming, and he said everyone should take a computer programming class. And I was like, that seems weird. Why would that be the case? But his reason was because it helps you learn how to logically think and put things in the right box and or if or stuff like that. And I feel like chess is very similar, that it helps you to logically think, plan out moves, and can help in many different areas of they talk about great strategic sports players as chess players. Bros thinking in chess, not checkers. And so
that is true. 3D chess move, 4D chess move.
Exactly.
All the time,
yeah. It's a society staple about the benefits that it can have on your mind and being able to work with things. And it's also fun to do with the guys and stuff like that. So
it's a great little I was gonna say the same thing as far as it's the ultimate strategy game.
Yeah.
I actually just looked it up right now. It says chess is believed to have originated in India during the 6th century.
Wow.
So that's how long it's been around, and obviously we're about to dive in. The point of this is we're not chess experts. We're not even know chess that well.
Yet.
But that's the point of these 20 hours, is to see where we're at in the 21st hour.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're excited to dive in, and all those, I echo exactly what you say. I've always been excited to, I think it's a great strategic game. You can play with anyone, and it's just kind of fun to know, to be like, wait, you're kind of decent at chess. So
yeah. Well, and it's kind of gotten a resurgence, I feel with Queen's Gambit.
For sure. No, I was just going to reference that, because it came out 2020, Queen's Gambit, and I think during that year following, those were the couple, it got a little bit of hype. I think everyone at chess.com, everyone, what's your ELO? What's this? You were trying to what are these openings?
What's an ELO?
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's your rating, but I don't know what it it's ELO. I don't know what it is actually called though for your chess rating, but I just remember everyone was kind of going around, playing each other, doing stuff, and so I kind of dabbled in it. So I am not completely new at chess. I know how all the pieces move, but as far as any sort of strategy, I got nothing. If I could checkmate you, it would be very difficult, and I don't know any openings. As far as strategy goes, I'm just constantly being oh, don't get killed. So I'm excited to actually learn that, to way better at chess and see where it takes me. So
Yeah, I'm similar. I was watching a video. It's a interview with Jerry Seinfeld and Kramer. I don't know his real name. Sorry, but he is actually an amazing chess player.
Is he really?
Come to find out, yeah.
What the heck?
And so he was talking about how like everywhere he goes, he will try and play chess on the streets, like at parks and whatnot. And so he talks about
That's super fun.
I'll see if I can't find the video. It's really funny. But he talks about how he went up to a homeless guy and played a game with him. And the guy's like, "I will only play you twice. That's my rules to play me." And Kramer's like, okay, sure, I'll play you twice, whatever." And so he goes and he says it's very few people have been able to checkmate him as quickly as this guy did.
Holy cow.
And so then he's like, okay, rematch. And so they play again a second time, and he checkmates him even faster than the first time. And so he's like, I need a rematch. And the guy's like,
I played twice, that's it. That's
I
my
only
rule.
play twice. That's my rule.
Holy.
And so anyways.
He was homeless?
Yeah. And so anyways.
But he's just got mad chess skills? What
yeah, exactly. So anyways, thinking about that, I would love to be able to like go to like Central Park or whatever, and like
we love the idea of doing this
and play a game against somebody and be like, okay, take me out of my circle. You know, my roommates are pretty good at chess. I know they'll destroy me when we play them, but can't wait for that to happen.
You just want to like hold your own, just beat it a little bit, like, oh,
yeah,
you know what you're doing.
But even like take me out of like little old Utah to like Central Park or wherever, and like play a chess game against strangers. I think that's so fun.
No, I definitely agree. I want that. I want a little bit of that clout, just to say, hey, I know a little more what I'm doing, and just the people, the surprise, to be like, oh, you know how to play. Yeah, you actually got some strategy. You actually know what you're doing, and so. I looked up ELO rating system is just the method for calculating the relative skill. So it's just called ELO. It's named after our pod ELO.
Nice.
I just heard people say it, okay? I don't know anything, all right?
This is the first time I've heard that, so it shows you how much I don't know.
I just remember that was the hype and everyone was asking it, so.
Well, as we go through this journey, like, we're probably not going to play at Central Park, you know, in a month. Mm-hmm. But, you know, this is definitely going to be a journey, and so we're excited to see where this takes us, see how good we can actually get with this.
No, I'm super excited, and so we really just want to, that's the kind of where we're starting. Because you obviously, do you know how all the pieces move and stuff? Like
yeah. So
I think we're both like at least have that baseline of like, it's not like we've never seen a chessboard and know like, what does this do? What does that do? But we're probably both still very beginner and still very amateur. We're like I said, I know how the pieces move, but that's about it. Like,
yeah.
So
my grandpa was actually a savant, like
really
expert. He like whenever it came to like logic puzzles or anything, incredible at it. And so when I was younger, he taught my mother. My mom's really good as well.
Are you serious?
Yeah, really good.
That is really random.
And so there was a time I was maybe like 14 years old. We were in this big like chess hype era of my family. Mm-hmm. And so my sister and I, the sister right under me, she and I played one time after dinner, you know, before homework. And I kid you not, there was, my memory says like 20 to 30 minutes where neither of us had taken a piece. Like we were just like countering everything, like no pieces were taken off the board after 20 to 30 minutes. Really quick. Now we were both like super beginners, and so like it was mostly like just very basic type stuff, but I haven't done much since. So anyways, like my baseline is still very beginner, like I'm not good at all, but that's still a memory I have to this day.
I didn't know your grandpa was so good.
He's really good.
That's pretty cool. So we're excited. We are excited to jump in, but we wanted to give you guys a little preview of what we're going to be doing. But with this, since we're starting out, it might change, or we might have a little bit more like after the 20 hours, we'll have a much more detailed view of like what's actually best practice and how to do this. But we're going to be following Josh Kaufman's 4-step process on how to break down any skill and the most effective way to use those 20 hours. Because again, it's not just blindly doing chess or even playing against your friends. Like, that's still probably good practice, but there's a better way to actually break it down and do it more effectively. And so Mitch, of course, asked the old Chad.
Yeah, I asked our good old friend Chad.
Good old friend Chad.
Chad GBT.
My goodness, but that's very, very helpful. Very helpful too.
Yeah.
I am becoming converted as we speak.
Yeah, so just a quick recap about the 4-step process as we have. The first one, deconstruct the skill. Second, learn enough to self-correct. Third, remove any barriers that may prevent you from doing that. And then fourth is practice for 20 hours. So what I did, because this is just how my brain works, is I was like, hey, Chad, if chess were the game of basketball and the fundamentals of basketball are dribbling, shooting, and passing, what would the fundamentals of chess be? And what I got back were some categories and some subcategories that I really resonate with and like make sense to me as somebody who doesn't really know like the game. Like, I know the superficial, like the the pieces, but anyways. So what Chad, our good friend Chad, said was piece development, which includes openings, calculation, third, basic tactics, and under basic tactics you have king safety, controlling the center, and checkmating patterns. And then the last one is simple endgames. And so
yeah, this is all done under deconstruct the skill. And so as Josh says, like, the best way, because chess is a whole game, but as Josh references that each skill has sub skills.
Yeah.
And so with this, it's not just, there's a start to finish, there's beginning, there's openings, there's end games. I've always heard that control the center. I don't know the best way to do that.
Yeah.
But it's like those, so it's like it's breaking it down of understanding, hey, king safety too, like where to keep your king. I know you can castle, but I'm not sure if you should or when or what's the best practice. But I am curious to find all those things of how to actually learn these openings, these systems. The only one I've ever heard of was the London system, and I kind of dabbled with that. That was years ago though, and I totally forgot it. I have no idea. So
fun thing about castling. So when I was in this era, I thought it was so cool because I learned castling from my grandpa. So I did it in a game against him one time. It was like move 4 or 5, and he checkmated me 3 moves later. And I was like, wait, this was supposed to be like the goated like silver bullet.
Like, look what I can do.
Exactly.
He's like,
so,
yeah,
anyways, kind of funny. Memories being unlocked tonight.
That's funny. But so, yeah, that'll be us like deconstructing into smaller skills to practice those.
Yeah.
To help get us better. But the second one is learn enough to self-correct. And so the ones that Chad gave us were learn the rules of each piece. So obviously how each one operates. But I mean, again, I think that's going to go deeper into like, I know a little bit of like they assign values to, what the bishops are versus, the rooks. And I know that, even the color of the bishop matters too. And there's different things like that I've heard of. But again, I've never done it in practice. And so I'm curious to like dive in more. But
checkmate or nah.
Checkmate or nah. So, but learn the basics of calculation, piece development, tactics, and endgame. And so, again, with learn enough to self-correct, it's not getting bogged down too much in reading a bunch of theoretical stuff or 3 heavy books on chess or watching, 3 hours of chess videos. It's just doing enough to like say, hey, I'm having trouble with my endgame. Let me find a quick reference. Let me learn enough to self-correct, hence, and get back to it. So
if you want to watch the Queen's Gambit as part of that,
we'll throw that in there.
Yeah, you can add that as part of your
as a little fun. It won't count towards the 20 hours, but it'll be a little bit of just like extra.
It'll count for the 25 hours.
There we go. A little fun extra.
So then the last thing is remove the barriers, whether they be physical, mental, emotional. And so what we have is buy the actual board, create chess.com account if you want to go digital, buy a clock if you want to get good at using the clock. Yeah, exactly. Get that motion going. Some Bobby Fischer.
Maybe one of these days for our fans we'll play a little chess game.
Oh, that.
And record it and see
a little quick 5-minute game.
We should.
Yeah.
We should.
And then I put this one in here. Register for a chess tournament.
I think it's a good goal.
Yeah. There's actually one on May 30th.
Wow.
$5 entry fee. So I think we should do that.
It's a little local, little something, but I think that's like when we were talking about this idea with the 21st hour, we really wanted to push ourselves out of the comfort zone and really like put a little more kind of money where our mouth is to be like, look, we want to do it like in public. Like, if we learn to cook, we want to cook for others and be like, judge us on it. Like, where's the 21st hour? If we want to play chess, we want to play it in the real world against real people and being like, wow, we're better than we thought, or wow, we got cooked. But that's great. We should definitely do that.
And so that's it. And then you practice for 20 hours. And so what I'm probably going to do is probably like most of my stuff will probably be on like chess.com because they have like the openings that you can like practice and learn from.
That's super nice to have an app like that too. Like
totally.
That's definitely gonna help. So
and then do some like actual games against people. And I'm going to do the premium version for this month so that it'll like tell you
premium.
The like what you did right, what you did wrong, and so I can actually like learn from that. So
no, that's good. And like I said, we'll have like a little follow along, maybe not like in podcast form, but maybe we'll just take some notes or some pictures of like where our rating started, you know, some of our first games, and then I think we can follow up later and kind of see where we're at to really want to track that progress and see how we're getting better at all the different, because there's a ton of different types of chess too. That there's speed, there's longer, there's classic.
Yeah.
So I'm excited though to jump in and get better because I think it's just a fun. Again, it's a fun game to play, but as you said, like I think it's strategic thinking and it's super applicable. So I'm excited.
Yeah. So am I. So follow along with us. We're excited to get going. Mm-hmm. Excited for the follow up that we're going to have here. And so just remember that this is your hour.